Hi, beautiful people. Hope you all had a good Memorial weekend, and most importantly, thank you to all those brave men and women who have fought and sacrificed for our country. To the family members that have lost family and or those that continue to serve, thank you so much for everything, from my family to you all. You know, when word came out that Gypsy Rose will be released from prison, a multitude of people were so happy for her and her new lease on life, and in my opinion, did not have much expectations of her, but was happy that she now has a chance to live a good life. She was humble for a quick second, and then the floodgates opened for her to be the influencer which she had already had intentions of being, and it was off to the races for her. From doing podcasts to television interviews to doing red carpet events for the promotion of a documentary and the release of her first book. After everything died down, she went to live her life, and it seemed to have been a bit too boring for her. And then the drama with her separating from her husband Ryan started, and he ended up being the villain. And she was on to the next, and that being her ex fiance Ken. Before she made an appearance with the ex Ken, she made a statement that she was taking a break from social media. She made a statement that she needed time to let herself find out exactly who she is. That break from social media was very short lived. She was flaunting her new relationship, from getting matching tattoos to him now uprooting to be closer to Gypsy, to her once again going on a press tour for a new docu-series that is coming out next month and another book that will be released next year. She once again was living her best life, being the influencer she always wanted to being messy, engaging in drama, and having other people creating drama on her behalf. And here we are once again when she decided that she was going to take a step back.
I will be taking a little bit of a step back from social media, just to prioritize my family, prioritize my relationship with Ken, and just save a little bit of those special moments for family and just keep it a little bit more personal.
Well, once again, this break from social media, it was because allegedly she was not sticking to the plan. I don't expect any of you to understand what I mean by that, but it will make sense in an upcoming video on how I was wrong and without a crystal ball was right that Gypsy did leave social media because of her. Now back to Gypsy. Well, her post explaining how she will be stepping back from social media has since been removed, and it seems Gypsy has obligations to withhold because she is back on social media, and this time, in my opinion, with revenge and a little bit of sass. I shit you not, her stepping back from social media didn't even last a day, or she made these posts on her Instagram and TikTok maybe within hours. The first one on Instagram, which is now deleted, she posts a picture of Ken at Ken Urker. I love you with all of my heart. Every moment with you brings happiness that I never knew could be possible. We have a bright future ahead of us. I can only hope that I bring the same joy to your life. I have loved you from the moment we shared our first kiss back in 2017. And in that moment, my heart had unknowingly been gifted to you. Without my control, I had given you my whole trust, love, and future because from that day forward, no one else could ever compare to the love we share. I'm confused. So, whatever happened to.
We'll leave Ryan to get back with him. This is how I feel about it. If you're not going to be there at my worst, you do not deserve me at my best.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, moving on. She then deleted how she felt and wanted to let the world know, or her followers know, how she truly felt about a man, and had a change of heart and deleted it and replaced it with this: My love. But I had to share these comments with you because it was absolutely hilarious. So this person said, What happened to your husband? This person says, The D got fired. Anyways, moving on. Then on her TikTok, she posted, Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. You'll be damned if you do and damned if you don't. Don't judge my story by the chapter you walked in on. And then she made a video on about how she's watching Baby Reindeer.
This is so cringe. Oh my god. God, it's terrible.
That was cringe. Then she made this post today. Don't ask me to relive my trauma for your personal curiosity. Don't demand to know the answers to questions that have no relevance in your life. Don't expect me to have overcome my past on your time. Don't tell me about my mistakes and choices when I am who has to live with them on my conscience. Don't project what you want me to be because you find it more interesting. I am not a celebrity. I am a trauma survivor who is healing from emotional, mental, and medical abuse. You could have fooled me. I have shared my story in the hopes it would educate about Munchausen by proxy and inspire other survivors, only to have my abuse invalidated by content creators on social media who do not have any psychological education to back up their claims, despite multiple psychiatrists specializing in MBP, such as Dr. Mark Feldman, who interviewed for 2017 HBO's Mommy Dead and Dearest. After reviewing my medical records obtained for my case, he had high belief that my mother indeed had MBP. Don't ask me to advocate. I am healing. Hold on, Gypsy. Nobody asked you to advocate. You were the one to advertise that you are an advocate. Or are you trying to say that Dr. Feldman misdiagnosed your mother and misled you? Because let's not forget, when you first came onto social media and before you took your first break from social media, you did have in your bio how you're an advocate for Munchausen. When you were doing your press tour in New York and doing TV appearances and telling the interviewees how you want to be the change and advocate for those that are living in the situation like you with Munchausen, you were the one trying to play the role as the face of Munchausen when you did a post on social media explaining what Munchausen syndrome by proxy is. Remember this?
Crazy last 2 weeks. I had a documentary, I had an ebook, and I had to promote those projects that I'm super proud of. But now things are starting to settle down in my regular, normal life. So I wanted to kind of bring things back to the point of why I'm on social media to begin with. So the whole point is to spread awareness about Munchausen syndrome by proxy. So if you know my story, you're kind of familiar with a little bit about it. But what I want to share with you is the definition and symptoms to look for. So Munchausen syndrome by proxy, or Munchausen by proxy, is a psychological disorder marked by attention-seeking behavior by a caregiver through those who are in their care. Munchausen by proxy is a relatively rare behavioral disorder. It affects a primary caregiver, often the mother. The person with Munchausen by proxy gains attention by seeking medical help for made-up symptoms of the child in their care. As a healthcare provider, strive to identify what causes the child's symptoms. The deliberate actions of the parent or caregiver can often make symptoms worse. So here are some warning signs to kind of look for. Is a parent or caregiver, usually a mother, maybe a healthcare professional, is very friendly and cooperative with healthcare providers, appears quite concerned, some may seem overly concerned about their child, may suffer from Munchausen syndrome, a related disorder in which a person repeatedly acts as if they have a physical or mental illness when they are not really sick. The child has a history of many hospitalizations, often with strange set of symptoms. Worsening of the child's symptoms generally is reported by the parent and is not witnessed by a healthcare professional staff. The child's reported condition and symptoms do not agree with the results of tests. There may be more than one unusual illness or death of a child in the family. The child's condition improves in the hospital, but symptoms reoccur when they are at home. So these are things to look for. Keep in mind that there is a little bit of a gray area in this, because what I'm seeing is there seems to be this imbalance of the healthcare professionals not catching at all, or they are labeling innocent parents with this disorder. And so I watched a documentary recently called Take Care of Maya. And watching it, it made me upset and on so many levels, because in that case they were too overzealous with wanting to put this disorder on a parent, when the parent was actually innocent. And for me, nobody caught it at all. So where does this balance begin? Let's have that conversation. So please post in my comments what you think needs to change in the healthcare system and how we can protect children from being medically abused. So go ahead and comment.
You and only you stated, Gypsy, that the whole reason you are on social media is because you want to spread awareness about Munchausen syndrome by proxy. No one asked you to. In my opinion, you used it as a stepping stone to being an influencer, something that you planned on being when you got out of prison. As your kick ass stepmom said and admitted to on Ashley Banfield's show. So cut the BS. Nobody said you were a celebrity. You thought you were a celebrity. You wanted to be a celebrity. And are you really a trauma survivor because you don't act like it? You did share your story, but there is no way your story can be validated or denied, because the person that could validate or deny your story is 6 feet under, and you orchestrated that. And as far as the family that you hold in such a high regard and that is now standing by you, next to you, in my opinion, they didn't give a damn about you then. And now they act as if they do. Nobody is asking anything of you. All people are doing is calling you out on your manipulation, inconsistencies, and, in my opinion, vindictiveness. And like you said many times, how you are not bothered, but you seem very bothered. No one is demanding anything of you. The only reason why people are questioning you and your actions is because you always have a different story. Maybe you should solely focus on what is best for you. And social media is definitely not the best thing for you, in my opinion. And that could be a start for you. People are just curious and want to know the truth. And when people support someone like you, in my opinion, they deserve to know the truth. Thank you guys so much for your time and taking time out of your busy schedule to watch this. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful and productive upcoming week. Please be safe out there, be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye, guys.